So let's start lying down. And I want you to grab that big round bolster that you have and perhaps that small pillow that you have and use those to support your body. You're going to take the big bolster and bring it underneath the back of your thighs. And then perhaps the small pillow, you can use that to support your head. And what I'd like you to do is make yourself very comfortable in that reclined position. And we're going to start with a little mindfulness, just to help center our attention and come into the breath a bit. So I want you to make any adjustments in your body. If you want to give a little wiggle of your shoulders, maybe stretch the legs out and then allow yourself to arrive. You can either keep the eyes open, softly gazing at your ceiling, or you can close the eyes altogether and allow your awareness to move inside. Bring your attention to all the places where you're touching the ground. And just allow your feeling attention to be there. Just noticing all the touching points. And then take a moment to notice the temperature of the air on your skin, the way that your clothes feel on your body. Notice any sounds around you. And then bring your attention onto your breathing. Notice your breath. And I want you to follow your breath wherever it goes in your body. Perhaps noticing the gentle rise and fall of the belly center. Noticing if there's some movement in the ribs, perhaps an expansion, a feeling of expansion and contraction in the ribs. Or maybe the breath is right there beneath the nose, noticing the way the air caresses the upper lip. And now I'd like to set an intention for our practice, also known as a sankalpa. The sankalpa is a positive statement that is a positive intention that we want to put out into the universe. And so I thought we could set a positive intention for our body, to seed the body with goodness, to seed the body with positivity. And so with your attention on your body, silently repeat to yourself, energetic, joyful body. Energetic, joyful body. Energetic, joyful body. And then as that intention comes into your mind and into your perception, I'd like you to just allow any imagery or any ideas or memories to come to mind that relate to what it would be like to live in an energetic and joyful body. Just contemplating that sankalpa. What does it look like? What does it feel like to be in an energetic and joyful body? And as any images come to mind, allow yourself to feel it in your body. And then after a few moments, we're going to let go of that intention. And so just let any images dissolve and bring your attention back into the touching points you have with the earth. And we'll start to bring some gentle movement now into our body. So I want you to just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And then let your head nod side to side, from right to left. Just taking a nice, gentle movement to stretch the neck a little bit. And as you move your head side to side, just notice how the neck and shoulders are feeling. Okay, and then we're going to bring our head back to center. And I want you to bring your knees in towards your body and just rock a little side to side. And now imagine that your legs have just become a fishtail. So they're glued together. You're going to circle the knees together around in a nice big circular type movement. And as you circle the legs around like this, just notice where you feel this in your body. Perhaps there's this kind of circular massage happening at the lower back and at the back of the pelvis. And then go ahead and circle your knees around in the opposite direction a couple of times. And then bring your knees back to center, and you'll circle the legs away from each other and then back together. So a slightly different type of hip circling now. And as you do this movement, notice if there's anything the same or anything different. Where do you feel this in your body? And go ahead and circle in the opposite direction. Beautiful. And then come on back to center, and we're going to find a little core awareness. I just want you to give just a little squeeze of your knees in towards your chest. And then go ahead and set your feet down as we prepare for that little bit of core work. Okay, so you can slide your bolster off to the side and let your feet come down to the mat. And then place your hands right onto your navel center. And what we're going to be doing now is a squeeze and release of the abdominal muscles. And we're going to do this with our breath. We're going to connect this kind of movement of squeezing and releasing with our breath. And so as you inhale, I want you to think of inhaling down into your belly. You might feel a gentle, small little puff, like a tiny little balloon is inflating. And then when you exhale, you're going to squeeze. Squeeze your belly muscles. Okay, and then try that again. Inhale down to the belly center. And then exhale and squeeze. And we're going to do that a few times. So I want you to keep going, breathing down into the belly. As you breathe out, engaging. And as you engage, I want you to connect with what you feel. Notice how the front abdominal wall squeezes and pulls down. Maybe you also feel the sides of your waist cinching in. And it's almost as if there's this band that could wrap around your lower lumbar part of your spine, around this lower part of the trunk of your body that's cinching in like a corset as you exhale. And then just kind of banding and expanding back out as you inhale. So try that just a few more times, just really connecting with this wonderful center of inner strength, of willpower. I also like to think of this center as a center of courage. Good. And then let that effort go and just come back to a natural, gentle breath. Relax the squeezing and releasing. And then I want you to take your hands to the tops of your thighs. Okay, and now when you bring your palms to the tops of your thighs, you're going to be sliding your hands, your palms, towards the pelvis so that the heel of your hand is resting into the creases of your hips, right where your leg bends. It connects right there to the pelvis. So I want you to put the heels of your hands right into those little creases. Okay, and we're going to do a little low back traction. And so I want you to press your palms into your thighs and just press nice and slow, slowly increasing the pressure. And as you press your hands into your thighs, maybe you'll feel a kind of elongation happening in the lower back, in the belly. It's almost as if you're trying to push the leg bones away from your body. Okay? There's these hip flexor muscles here. We're pressing into those. And maybe that might help create some traction and some release in the low back. Okay. And now when you get to a comfortable pressure where you feel like you're getting some length, it's a subtle thing, but if you feel like you're getting some length, you're just going to hold that pressure in the palms, holding that push into the legs, just letting your breath be natural and gentle. Okay, and then go ahead and release your palms and take your hands straight up into the air and just give your wrists a little roll. Just releasing the wrists for a moment. Okay, and now from here, I want you to roll onto one side. Okay, I'm gonna roll onto my left side. And so you can roll onto your left side too if you'd like. And you'll use that little pillow, that small square pillow you have to support your head so that hopefully your neck is in a nice straight line where both the right and left side of the neck are somewhat even in length. Okay, and then stretch your arms straight out in front of you and bring your palms to touch. And then make sure that your knees are bent, their knees are stacked, and that you have pulled your knees up to about the height of the hips. Okay, you can think of like as if your legs are in a chair position and you're just lying now in a fallen chair on your side. And now we're going to take this into a twist. Okay, so I want you to imagine that there's this nice big rainbow that starts here at your fingertips and it goes up and over your body. And you're going to bring the arm out into a nice big T shape, opening the ribs towards the ceiling. And then you're going to come right back the way you came, just tracing that kind of imaginary rainbow in the air. Okay, let's try that a few times. And let's do it with our breath. So I like to inhale on my way into the open position. And then exhale and come right back to the starting position. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Good, 2 more on your own. And as you do this, I want you to just allow your body to move in any way that it wants to here. Let your hips kind of follow along a bit with the movement of the arms and with the movement of your spine. Okay, one more. And then exhale. Good. And then when you come back to the starting position, you're going to pause for a moment, and then we're going to change the movement pattern of the arm. So instead of going up and over, we're now going to create a circular movement of the top arm. So you're going to start by bringing the arm alongside the ear. So you're reaching towards the head of your mat. You're going to circle open into the twisted position. Arms are like a T. You'll circle the arm down so that it's alongside your waist, and then back to center again. Okay, let's do two more like that. Inhale. And exhale. Good, flowing here at your own breath pace. Okay, and now once you've completed that third circle, I want you to open up into the twist again. And this time we're just gonna sink in. So you're gonna allow your arms to open up like a T. Allow your hips and your legs to relax. And just see if you can let your shoulders soften. Allow the facial muscles to be at ease. Soften your eyes. Let your throat relax. And just connect again with the way your breath is moving in and out of your body. Following the breath wherever it goes. Allowing yourself to just be here in this gentle twist. Okay, and then from here, you're going to bring yourself all the way back to center. Both palms touching again. And now from here, we're going to be rolling over to the other side. And I thought that we'd do it in a kind of fun way. Okay, so with both your palms touching, your knees stacked, you're going to think about lifting the top arm and the top leg at the same time. Okay, so do a little test run. Okay, lift the top arm and the top leg, and then bring it back down. Okay, just to kind of get this idea that we're going to be rolling onto our back, and we're going to be using a bit of momentum to get ourselves there. Okay, so after you kind of get this feeling of lifting the top arm, top leg at the same time, get a little momentum in your body to roll onto your back and then all the way over to the other side. And then let's do that again, rolling onto the back and then back onto our starting side. And just do this a couple of times, just for fun. Just getting a little momentum here, a little bit of playfulness in our body. We're going to try this one more time, and then I want you to end this practice on the opposite side so that we can do our twisting practice on the other side. Okay. So I'm on my right side now because I started on the left. Hopefully you're on your other side now. Make sure that your knees are bent at the same height or slightly lower than the hips. Your head is supported, and then both hands are stretched out in front of you with the palms together. We're going to start by tracing that rainbow up into the sky. So you're going to inhale, sweep the arm up, tracing the arc, and then exhale to bring yourself all the way back to the starting position. And we've got 5 total of these. Allow yourself to move with ease. letting your breath guide you in and out of the twists, going at your own breath pace, and just really finding a pattern or a rhythm of movement that feels really good. So this is my 5th one. I'm going to come back to center once I've completed the 5. And then I'm going to start the circling pattern. And I've got 3 of these. I'm going to bring the arm up alongside my ear, circle it out to the side. I'm in that big twist now. And then I bring the arm down alongside my waist and I roll back to neutral. Using the breath, inhaling to open up, exhaling to unwind from the twist. Okay. Once you've completed the 3 big circles, I want you to come open up into the twist. Your arms are out to the side into that nice T shape. And you're just going to give in now to gravity, allowing your arms to be heavy, shoulders to be relaxed. Soften the hips. Let the legs be heavy as best you can. And just breathe. Taking a nice deep breath in here. As you exhale, you're going to come out of the twist, and then we're going to try that playful rolling movement again, back and forth. So both palms starting to touch, and then it's that top arm, top leg lifts, and we roll, and then we try to control the movement as we come over to the other side. And try that a couple of times on each side, just rolling back and forth. Just for fun. Okay, and then once you've completed the amount of rolls that feel really good for you, I want you to just come on back onto your back and hug your knees in towards your body. And now you're going to take your palms and slip them right behind the back of your thighs. And we're going to roll again, but this time we're going to roll forward and back instead of side to side. So what I want you to do is use your legs the same way you would if you are in a swing. So you're going to get a little bit of momentum going as you rock up and then back. And as you come up, maybe you catch a little bit of balance on your sit bones. You can keep your feet, toes touching the ground to help stabilize you here in the balance. If you feel like you've got a nice amount of balance going, maybe the legs come up and we parallel the shin bones to the earth. Stay here for one more breath. Just working on relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears. And then go ahead and release. Let your feet come to the earth again. And now from here, I want you to sit up nice and tall. Let your legs cross in front of you. Rock side to side so you can feel both the right and left side of self. And then just allow yourself to feel a nice even distribution of weight. With your palms resting on your knees, we're going to do a little movement now for the neck and the shoulders, a little bit more work. So I want you to bring your right hand to your left shoulder. Okay, and this is a technique that I like to use whenever I'm feeling a lot of stress in the shoulder, if I'm feeling like I've got an issue going there, or in my neck. I will use this particular neck stretch. It often helps me. So when you place your right hand on the shoulder, you want to let that right hand and arm be nice and heavy so that the weight of the arm is helping to press the shoulder down, helping to keep the shoulder down. And then from here, you let your head drop over towards the right. And you're just going to go as far as feels like a comfortable stretch. If it starts to cause you like a sharp pain or a strong, really uncomfortable sensation, and you want to kind of back out of it just to subside, let that subside. Okay. But I try to just let gravity do most of the work for me here. And I just breathe. Breathing into the side of the neck, perhaps breathing into the shoulder. Feeling how the chest kind of opens as we breathe in and out. You're going to bring your head back to center. Let your right hand come down, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to take your left hand to your right shoulder and just gently press the shoulder down using the weight of the arm, and then drop the head over towards the left side, taking a nice stretch here. Gentle breaths moving in and out. Good, take a nice deep breath in. Good, as you exhale, bring your head back to center. Go ahead and release. And then just give your shoulders a little loop here. Some nice, gentle circles. Good. And now from here, I want you to bring your arms straight out in front of you. Okay, and you're going to interlace your fingers, and you're going to flip your palms over. So as you flip your palms over and you start to press your hands towards the screen, I want you to also think of drawing your shoulders back. So it's almost as if there's like a kind of a gentle plugging of the shoulders or the upper arm bone into the shoulder socket, letting your tops of your shoulders be soft and moving down away from the ears. And we're still lifting up through our spine. We're growing taller, lifting through the crown of the head. You want to be mindful not to lock the elbows out. Let there be a soft, subtle bend in the elbow joint so that you're relying mostly on the muscular contraction to do this and to support your body instead of the joints. Okay, and now from here, you're going to bend your elbows out to the side. Your palms will face down, and then you're going to bring your hands up and place your palms right onto the top of your head. Okay, and now once you get here, just notice if the shoulders shrugged up towards the ears. If you feel a lot of shortening happening in the space between the ears and the tops of the shoulders, I want you to consciously see if you can soften. Okay, now keeping your palms right where they are, you can even kind of like imagine that you could press the crown of your head into your hands just to give you a feeling of growing tall. Now I want you to leave your hands right where they are. I'm going to lower my arms because I want to show you something. Right in here, the sides of your ribs, I want you to notice the way they move when you inhale and exhale. So this practice right here is a breathing practice. I want you to send your breath right into these side ribs. As you inhale, just notice how they expand. Maybe something like the gills of a fish. And as you exhale, notice how the ribs relax in. Okay? And just take a few conscious breaths there. Perhaps you can start to deepen your breath, perhaps allowing the breath to be a bigger, deeper breath without causing any stress or strain up in the tops of the shoulders. Moving your breath down, down into the ribs and down into the belly. Good, okay, and now from here, I want you to unlace your fingers and take your arms straight up into the air into a nice big V shape. Now when we get here, the shoulders are gonna lift, but we wanna try and just keep this top part of the shoulder, right where the neck and the shoulder meet. We wanna try and keep that soft, okay? Now as the arms come up, I know it might start to get tired. We might start to feel fatigue in our shoulders, but see if you can just stay here as we are building quite a bit of strength. Okay, good. Doing okay? Give me a thumbs up if you're feeling all right here. All right, one more breath in. And then exhale and go ahead and release. Let your arms come all the way down. And just tap your fingers onto the earth. And then give your shoulders a little shake. Just a little release. Nice, okay. I want you to switch the cross of your legs. Bring your other leg in front. And then you're gonna turn. Just turn towards the left. Simple twist. And turn towards the right. Simple twist. Good. Come on back to center. And now I want you to come onto your hands and knees. Okay. All right. So once you're on your hands and knees, make sure that your palms are right underneath your shoulders and that your knees are right underneath your hips. And we're gonna start with some cat-cow movements. So on your next inhale, I want you to lift your head, lift your heart, lift your tailbone a bit, but think of moving from your heart space. As you exhale, round your spine, push the earth away, let the belly center draw in and up, and spread the shoulder blades apart. Inhale and lift your head, lift your heart. This is cow pose. And then exhale and round your spine, moving into cat pose. Okay, let's take a few more rounds here. Moving in and out of these two postures. Creating some nice movement in the spine. And now come on back to center. Okay, back to a nice center position. You're going to walk your hands forward now, a couple of inches in front of your shoulders. Take an inhale and shift your body weight forward so your shoulders float over your wrists, your hips come forward of your knees. We're in a modified plank position. Curl your toes under, and then on your next exhale, you're going to come into a downward facing dog. So I want you to lift your hips up, push the earth away, bring those arms up into that nice wide V shape again. And let your hips move up and back. Good. Well, once you get there, I want you to bend and straighten the legs, pedal your feet, just move in any way that would feel really good here. Let your head nod side to side, open and close the bottom jaw. Just moving around, letting the day just go. Think of it as just releasing your body, releasing any tension, releasing anything you want to let go of so that you can move into the evening in a relaxed, peaceful, replenished body. Good. Now on your next exhale, go ahead and come on down to your hands and your knees again. And then you're going to make your way into a child's pose. Two big toes will touch. Hips will go back towards the heels. And then you're going to drop the head down towards the earth. And once the forehead is down, let your arms relax. Let your shoulders relax. Let the elbows bend. And just take a few breaths right into the back body. Good. Okay. Now come on up to tabletop pose again. And you're going to make your way into that variation of plank pose by walking your hands forward, shifting your body weight forward so the shoulders float over the wrists. And then we're going to be lowering all the way down to our belly. So I want you to take your time here, lower nice and slow, almost as if you're doing a push-up in a really slow way to get yourself all the way down with some strength. And now once you're down, you're going to straighten both of your legs. I want you to have your feet about the distance of the hips and really think of grounding down through the lower half of your body. So as you reach energetically through the legs, you're going to squeeze the glutes and press the pubic bone into the mat. And then from here, we're going to come into Sphinx pose. So you're going to bring your elbows forward so that your elbows are either underneath the shoulders or perhaps just slightly forward of the shoulders. And if you need to measure the distance, you can always grab a hold of opposite elbows and see where they landed. And then bring your hands back to the ground with the forearms about parallel-ish to one another. So this is a backward bend. So we want to make sure to support the lower back here that we are really engaging in the legs. Make sure you're engaging in your glute muscles. The legs are strong, the toes are pointing. There's a subtle engagement of your abdominal muscles, a little squeezing in. And then from there, a feeling of the heart moving forward and through the gates of the arms. Come back to that feeling of the breath in the ribs. As you inhale, perhaps you feel the breath move into the front of the heart. Maybe the breath is creating some movement in the back ribs. You can feel the breath there. And then to come out of this pose, you're going to let your elbows splay out to the side, and we're going to lower all the way down to the earth. You're going to make a little pillow with your hands. Let your forehead rest right onto the palms. Bend your knees, and then sway the legs side to side. And come on back to center. Straighten your legs out again. You're going to bring your arms now alongside your waist because we're going to come into locust pose. Okay, and for locust pose, I want you to rotate your palms so that they're facing in towards your side hips. You're going to activate through your legs again. And this time you're going to lift your shoulders and bring your shoulder blades towards one another onto your back. You're kind of squeezing your shoulder blades towards each other. On your next inhale, you're going to lift your chest, lift your head, and maybe we reach back so much with the fingers that the arms float away from the earth. If you like, you can reach so much through the toes that the legs float away from the earth too. Keep the neck nice and long, all four sides of the neck. Reaching through the crown of the head just as much as you are reaching through the toes. Stay here and breathe in this pose that's great for strengthening the back. And then on the exhale, release. Make that little pillow with the hands again. Rest the head down and gently sway the legs side to side. And then we'll come back to center. We're going to straighten our legs out onto the floor. Let's go ahead and bring our hands now underneath our shoulders. Our elbows will be lifted away from the ground. The forearms are going to be hugging in towards our side ribs. You're going to lift yourself up to tabletop position. Hands and knees pose. And then from here, we're going to shift the hips back into child's pose again. And once the hips are back and down, just take a few moments to breathe, sending the breath down into the lower back. Good. Come on up to tabletop pose again. And you're going to swing the legs around and come to sit on your bum once again. Sitting up nice and tall. Finding that nice seat of dignity, as one of my teachers would often say. There's a sense of dignity in the body, but also general energy of softness too, where we're not rigid in the body. Bringing your right hand out to the side. We're going to come into a little side bend. So as your right hand comes down to the earth, you're going to lift your left arm up and out to the side, and then start to lean over towards the right. Staying grounded through both sit bones. Taking a moment to just breathe into that side body once again. And now we're going to take this into a little rotation. So I want you to keep reaching through your left arm, but you're going to rotate your ribs so that you're looking down towards the earth. You're going to bring your left hand down to the ground and then let your right hand meet that hand and start to walk your hands away as you fold over your right leg. If there's a sense of length happening in that left side body, I want you to just think of continuing to kind of crawl the left hand away. And maybe it might help to create a little stretch in the back of the shoulder. And now walk your hands all the way back, lifting yourself up, and then returning to center. We're going to switch the cross of the legs. The other shin bone will come in front. The left hand will come out to the side. We'll kind of start that process already now of leaning towards the side. And as we bring the right arm up, we'll inhale and then exhale and leaning over towards the left side now. Sending your breath into the whole right side body. And then we're going to take this into the rotation and then the forward fold. So you're going to keep reaching through your right arm. Start to rotate your ribs, looking down towards the earth. Reaching the hand all the way until it greets the earth. And then let the left hand meet it so that they're kind of side by side. Keep reaching forward, leading with your heart, and then fold. Lift your head, walk your hands towards your body, lift on up, and then come back to center. Let's go ahead and straighten our legs. We'll bring the legs out in front of us. And we're going to take the legs into a wide V shape. And if it's comfortable for you to sit right onto the floor, you can. If you feel like you would benefit from something underneath you, maybe you take your small pillow and you place it underneath your hips, just to give you something to help support your spine as you come into this position. So we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. And so I want you to open up your soles of your feet, flex your feet, and spread your toes. And think of your legs as moving down towards the earth. So there's a movement of the tops of the thighs moving down. Your hands will come out here in front of you. And you're going to practice folding the same way that we just did, where we're going to start to reach our hands forward, and we're going to hinge right at those hip creases and start to lower ourselves over the legs into the forward fold. Maybe there's a sense of the hands continuing to walk forward. Let your shoulders relax. Let the neck relax. Let your chin come in towards your chest. And just let your head be nice and heavy. And then slowly walk your hands back, lifting yourself all the way up. We're going to take one more forward fold. So I want you to take your hands right to the inner knees and just use the hands to help bend the legs a little bit so that it's a little easier to bring the legs together. And then once they're together, go ahead and straighten the legs. And we're going to come into a forward fold here. This is a classic seated forward fold position. I want you to open up the soles of your feet again, spread your toes, move your thighs down. And this time we're going to take the arms up as we inhale. And on the exhale, you're going to reach forward as you fold over the legs. Engage your core muscles, squeeze, pull them in, and then let yourself drop right over the legs. When you start to feel a stretch, that's all you need to go. That's as far as you need to go, just when you feel a stretch. And then just be here, just breathe. And then we'll slowly make our way back up, back on up to a seat. And I want you to bend your knees now. And we're going to come back into the position we started with. So you're going to take your bolster, bring it behind the legs. Take your pillow, place it behind your head, and then come on down, nice and slow, right onto your back. Allow your arms to be by your sides. Relax your toes, relax your ankles, relax the shin bones and the knees. Letting go of any unnecessary tension, letting go of any grip, Relaxing your hips, your lower back, mid back, and upper back. Relaxing the belly center now, the ribs, the chest. Allowing your palms to open, the fingers to soften. Relax your wrists, forearms, elbows. Relaxing your shoulders, upper arms. Relaxing the chest. Relaxing the neck and the throat. Relaxing the cheeks, the jaw, the tongue, the nose, the eyes. And relaxing your ears. Both ears are relaxed. Relaxing the space between your eyebrows. Letting your head be nice and heavy. Taking time now to let go. Letting go of the day. Letting go of the to-do list. Letting go of any anticipation of what tomorrow will bring. Letting go of any expectations for what tomorrow will bring. Just allowing yourself now to be in this moment fully and completely. Allowing your attention to just rest on your breathing as best you can. Now, allowing for a moment of precious compassion, precious love and kindness to bring your awareness to your heart center. And if you like, you can repeat this meditation for loving kindness and compassion. It's a prayer for ourselves and a prayer for the world. So if you'd like, you can repeat after me, or you can just listen. Take a nice breath in and a breath out, feeling a sense of just gentleness of the breath. And with your awareness at your heart, may I be healthy. May I be happy. May I be at peace in my mind and in my heart. May I be free from suffering and pain. May I be protected and safe. And then allowing this same prayer of love and kindness and compassion to expand out into the community. May they be happy. May they be healthy. May they be at peace in heart and mind. May they be protected and safe. And then allowing that prayer perhaps to expand beyond our community and into the world. May the whole world be happy and healthy. May all corners of the globe experience safety, protection, peace in hearts and minds across the globe. May there be a warm embrace of love and kindness and compassion that spreads throughout the entire world. Gently begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Perhaps nod your head a little side to side. And then if you like, you can stretch. If you want to reach your arms, perhaps point and flex the feet, stretch the legs. And then you'll bring your knees in towards your chest again. Give yourself a nice hug. And we're going to roll to one side and pause, perhaps like taking a pause for peace. And then we'll gently press ourselves up and come to a comfortable seated posture once again. Joining your palms together at your heart. We'll close our practice this evening with an Om. Nice breath in if you'd like to join. Om. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your precious practice.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. It was so nice to have you in class this evening.
Thank you so much. Same here.
I hope you have a wonderful night, and I hope I get to see you again soon.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Good day.
Good night.
Bye.